So, Steve, you're back from the training ground. What's the Rams team news ahead of Saturday's game? Will Stephen Warnock and Scott Carson be fit?
Well, Stephen Warnock first. Fans will remember that he took a nasty knock in the ribs playing against Sheffield Wednesday on Sunday. He was actually on his hands and knees vomiting on the pitch, so he wasn't in a great way. He tried to carry on for about 10 minutes, substituted and went off to hospital. But he's been training this week, Paul Clement tells me. Stephen had a couple of rest days earlier in the week to help him get over the problem, but he should be fine to face Brighton on Saturday. Scott Carson, well, he missed the Sheffield Wednesday game with a back problem. He's had treatment this week, but he can't shake the injury off. And so Lee Grant will continue in goal. Lee played against Sheffield Wednesday, came in for that game, helped keep a clean sheet, played well, and again, no real problems at all for Derby here, because in Scott Carson and Lee Grant, we've got two very, very capable goalkeepers. Very capable, and that's the beauty of the strength of the squad. So Lee will continue against Brighton on Saturday.
Okay. While we're on the subject of the goalkeepers, Scott Carson's been nominated as Player of the Month. And it's relatively unusual for a goalkeeper to be among those nominees. He's justified it, has he?
He certainly has, yeah, and I'm delighted to see goalkeepers and certainly defenders, because I don't think they often get enough credit for what they're doing. I mean, Derby are defending excellently at the moment. They've got the best defensive record in the division. It's a team effort defending from front to back, but the defenders have been excellent also, and Scott Carson has been remarkably consistent. He'd started 17 of the 18 games before the Sheffield Wednesday match, and he was assured, he looks confident, and the key to good goalkeeping is concentration. With a good defence in front of you, you're not all often called on, you're not leaping about and making saves here and there, but when you've got to make a save, it's important you can make it. And if you remember against Hull City a week or so ago, great win up there, 2-0, he made 2 or 3 excellent saves at key moments in the game, so his nomination is thoroughly deserved.
Okay. I gather there may be some more news of Craig Bryson. It's been a frustrating time for him with his injury.
It has been a very frustrating time for him and for Paul Clement. Again, if we turn the clock right back to the first day of the season, the first game, August the 8th, away at Bolton, Craig was in Paul Clement's first 11, and he picked up a knee injury in the first half of that game, and he was out for 3 months. Knee ligament problem. They didn't think it was necessary to operate on it. They thought it would kind of get over it without the need for surgery. And he came back a few weeks ago. He had 2 or 3 appearances as a substitute, but he missed last Saturday's game at Wednesday with a kind of recurrence of the problem. I've been told today that he's aggravated the injury. He's been to see a specialist in London. He's due to see a specialist again tomorrow, Friday, and Derby will wait to hear from that, wait for that report to see what the next step will be. But just keeping the fingers crossed that Craig can come through this, because I say, you know, he could be a very key player for Derby this season, Craig. I mean, in today's Telegraph here, we kind of did a piece on the search for the blend in midfield, and they've got so many good midfield players, but they're all very different, and Craig is different again. He's got a great engine. He's the kind of a throwback, really, box-to-box player, box-to-box midfielder. I was brought up on those types of midfielders: Alan Ball, Colin Bell, Billy Bremner's, later on Brian Robson. Real box-to-box players, good energy, could get forward, could get back, and Craig could score goals for Derby as well, as he's proved in the past. So, you know, not having him available is a bit of a blow for Paul Clement, but I say we've got fingers crossed for Craig.
Okay. Looking ahead to Saturday's game, it's unusual and intriguing that the Rams are facing a team still unbeaten at this stage of the season in Brighton. Records like that have to go at some stage. Can the Rams be the one?
Yeah, they do have to go at some stage. I mean, we've got to first of all give Brighton so much credit. I mean, 19 league games unbeaten at this level, in a division where we're always told, a bit of a cliche, I know, we're always told any team can beat another team. Well, they've not been able to beat Brighton so far this season. So, you know, hats off to them. Chris Hughton's done a magnificent job there. They struggled last season, and to turn it around as quickly as he has done, to be top of the table at this stage, and as you say, unbeaten, the only unbeaten side in the 4 divisions is remarkable. So they're going to come here full of confidence. Derby themselves are full of confidence. 5 consecutive home victories, best defensive record in the league, 1 defeat in 14. So, you know, it promises first v third. It's top billing this weekend in the Championship. Derby have no reason to fear anybody. That's the first thing. But Brighton will be thinking the same as well. And looking at the records of both, you'd imagine it could be a tight game. Again, with lots of these games, you feel the first goal could be crucial.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Thanks, Steve.